we are living in a time in tech that I don't think we've ever seen before.
This was ultimately my call, and it was one of the hardest calls that I've had to make in the 18 years of running the company.
Since January 1st, 2022, and today is what day? What's today's date? Today is December 8th, as I record this. Over 217,637 people have been laid off in tech. 218,000 people have lost their jobs in tech since the beginning of this year. Wow. And how many companies have laid people off in tech in 2022? And it's not just tech companies, it's big tech, tech unicorns, the top startups, even companies who are very profitable are doing this, which is kind of crazy. A total of 1,379 companies have let people go. It's scary times. It really is. And so I want to bring up the question then, is FAANG now dead? And what do I mean? Are these companies no longer going to exist? No, I don't mean that at all. But I mean, like, before this year, or at least during the beginning of this year, at least until then, it was all about trying to get a job at FAANG. If you got a job at FAANG, dang, you'll be secured for the rest of your career. I remember I said that. You are set for life. Yeah, you make a lot of money. It's true. Not all of them. Not every engineer. Depending on what level you are, right, as an engineer at the company. But you get a job at one of those companies, you stay there for at least 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, right? X amount of FAANG companies, wherever you work, every startup will almost want you. Of course, if you have the technical skills, but having FAANG on your resume, what does that mean? You are in demand. But my question then is, with all these layoffs, in particular FAANG, has that changed? In the current job market, I think it's now more important than ever before to make sure that you're not only well prepared, but that you can perform exceedingly well to get the technical job that you want today as a software engineer, which is honestly why I'm so excited to introduce y'all to Formation.dev. Formation.dev has a fellowship and have programs designed to help not only experienced engineers, but even aspiring developers get their foot in the door today. They have a team of top engineers from places like Meta and Nextdoor, and what they're gonna do is that they will help you identify your skill gaps, and their goal is to help provide personalized training. For example, they have things like FAANG engineering mentorship and even one-on-one mock interviews to help you fill those gaps and gain the confidence that you need to succeed. On average, their fellows increase the total compensation by over $100,000. And when you're interview ready, they'll refer you to companies that align with your career goals and offer unconditional support until you have a signed offer letter in your hand. They have programs that are customized to your individual needs, and even top of that, they allow you to go at a pace so that you never feel like you're falling behind. So if you're ready to take your career to the next level, go ahead and sign up for Formation.dev's fellowship in the link in the description below. And Formation.dev, thank you for sponsoring this video. I mean, let's look at a couple companies. Google has laid off a lot of people. Microsoft, I believe they have or do plan on laying a lot of people off. Amazon is laying people off. Facebook is laying a ton of people off. Twitter laid off what? I don't know what the exact number is. It just feels like they laid off about 95% of their employees. If you still want to work at Twitter with how much they're working to death, it's kind of crazy. All these companies, I don't think Apple is. Apple's bringing in money, are laying off a ton of engineers. And so what do I mean? Does this mean the end of FAANG? And what I mean is this, does this change now the standard of what kind of job that you want in the future? Does that change? Now, is it really all about working at FAANG, or is it about a company that actually has the money to pay you? Is it all about just prestige? Working at Apple, working at Amazon, working at Facebook and Netflix, you name it. Or would you rather have a job that will actually pay you every month and not just let you go like that? And so why I feel very thankful for not joining Brex, especially not joining Coinbase. They're not FAANG, but they paid like it. Coinbase was willing to pay me up to $380,000 if I moved to San Francisco. Was it $380 or $340? I think it was $340 actually. While Brex was willing to pay me around $280,000 if I moved to San Francisco as well. They also had a ton of layoffs. Brex had some layoffs too, especially Coinbase, as everyone knows. I believe Coinbase is one of the first tech companies to lay a ton of people off. And so I work at a startup right now. Prior to the recession, we were a unicorn. We became a unicorn in a month and a half. And I too was also worried. Yeah, I have my side hustle that pays me well, but I also love my job. And I finally found a company where I love the culture. I love my colleagues. My manager is amazing. Very good manager. Great culture to this day, which is amazing. And I was scared of losing that job. And to this day, we have had 0 layoffs. As a matter of fact, We're trying to hire as many people as possible. I mean, of course, you have to be talented and skilled and can contribute to the company and help build us value as we try to grow this company as much as we can. And to this day, there's been 0 layoff. I'll tell you this. I have 0 worries about losing my job until a layoff. Now, I could lose my job because I underperform. That can happen to anyone. And so I want to make sure I work and perform as best as possible. I can still lose my job because I don't perform well. It's a startup. You have to perform well. You have to contribute and bring value, or else you're not needed. Startup isn't bringing the most money in the world yet, and that's why it's a startup that's trying to do that, right? But I feel so relieved I don't work at FAANG right now. I feel so relieved. I didn't fall for the bait where it's all about making as much money as fast as possible. And I was on that track. I'm so glad that I have this additional income where no matter what raise a company gives me, it'll never outperform the amount of income I can make outside of tech. So now I'm allowed to work for a company I enjoy, and that is my #1 priority, right? So is FAANG dead? These companies are still around, but I don't know if I'd ever want to work for FAANG because I like having a stable job. I like having great culture. I don't want to just chase money. But we'll see. Maybe someone will offer me a $1 million salary and I can't say no to that. But if the work-life balance is suck and the culture is horrible, I will say no to that. Will y'all join FAANG in the future? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.